So, good evening, Mr. Pornchai Padmindra. You are the president of the Thailand International Hemp Association. Thank you for accepting this interview for Canal Reporter. You will have the third edition of your big event in Thailand, in Bangkok, the Asia International Hemp Expo and Forum. My first question to you would be, how is the current situation, the hemp situation and cannabis situation in Thailand? Can you please tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay. So, medical cannabis and hemp have been legalized um, since 2021 for commercial use. Then the market had developed, and we had formed the Thailand Industrial Hemp Trade Association since 2021. We currently have about 180, 190 members, corporate members, and social enterprise and community enterprises. The situation is the market is progressing well. The government had put up the draft of the cannabis law to be approved by the cabinet, which is the pending law. And the direction is very clear. The focus will be on medical cannabis, medical hemp, for anything from medical use, healthcare use, wellness, healthcare, pet care, all the way to industrial hemp, which is the fiber side. So that's a separate matter to be engaged in various industries, from anything from auto parts, furniture, textile, building materials, plastics, and all the way to bioeconomy.
Okay, great. You said that the association has already between 80 to 90 members. Is that correct?
No. 180
Oh,
to 109.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sorry for that. So
That's okay.
almost 200 companies, it's a lot. And you also mentioned that the companies are already producing a lot of different products based on hemp. These are the companies that are in your association, but do you estimate that a lot more companies are already producing in Thailand? No.
No, not that many more. Most
Okay.
of them are members of our association.
Because what do you do with the association? I see that it is important to make part of this association. What kind of services, or do you lobby with the government? Do you have meetings to push forward this industry in Thailand?
We've been working with government agencies, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Industry, right from the start, to help develop the right foundation for the each particular industry that I mentioned earlier. So it's not just involved medical; it involves so many things, right?
Yeah.
What do we do? We provide direction, a clear direction. We help set pricing benchmark, industry standard, and obviously, we also organize the largest medical hemp, medical cannabis, and the various use of hemp through Asia International Hemp Expo, which is the largest event on this side of the world. So, more than 10,000 people from 50 odd countries close to 200 exhibitors from all over the world. It's the largest event in Asia to promote, the sustainable and the right development for, this industry.
And how did you came up with this idea of organizing this event in Bangkok? It was 3 years ago, the first edition, right?
No, 4 years ago.
Oh, 4 years ago. So is this
Yeah.
the fourth edition or the third?
It's a fourth edition. If you
Okay.
count the first one, we did not do it with NCC. We did it ourselves. So there was a
Okay.
launch in 21. And then from 2022, 23, and now 24, we're doing it jointly with NCC.
And what moved you forward to organize this event? What pushed you?
Because, well, I think the right from the start, the way to promote the right use of hemp and medical cannabis is through exhibitions, is through forums, exchange of knowledge. We invited people from all over the world, industry leaders from various parts of the world, North America, South America, Europe, other parts of Asia. We work with all partners. So to make this, because we want it to be international. So that's why we involve, people from, excuse me, from all over the world to be part of this. And the best way to do this is through the Expo itself.
You said that you are expecting around 10,000 visitors.
Last year we had slightly more than 10,000. So this year, I wouldn't be surprised if we have like 12,000 or 15,000.
From how many countries?
50.
From 50. Yeah. Nice. So the situation of cannabis before in Thailand was a little bit more difficult. And now Thailand has, in the last maybe 5 to 6 years, a big turnover. How do you see this changing happening in Thailand? And what is the current situation? Because the news we get from the mainstream media sometimes are not what is really happening in Thailand, right? Because cannabis and hemp are traditional, ancient plants in your country, right? Can you explain?
It's been used for, it's been, cannabis and hemp has been part of Thai traditional remedy. It's been recorded over 300 odd years ago. It's in the Thai pharmacopoeia with the Ministry of Health. So it's been around a long time. What's really happening is, I don't think it's ever the government's direction, and to be very frank about it, is not to promote like the smoke of marijuana. We don't want to be known as the capital of smoking marijuana, but we want to promote the right direction of the use of hemp and cannabis. So obviously, practically, it's medical healthcare for human and pets and animals. And the other track is the industrial use of hemp fiber, which is also a very big area.
Yeah. Are you already building houses with hemp in Thailand? How is the industrial side of hemp developing in Thailand?
All the key major conglomerates in Thailand are already working on it. I've seen some houses having been built using hemp. I think commercial scale will probably start in a year or two.
The commercial?
Yeah, meaning, people would actually sell hempcrete, hemp blocks.
Hempcrete, okay, yeah.
Yes.
So, and all these products that you are producing now from hemp in Thailand, Are you selling more in the internal market, or are you also exporting?
I think we are beginning to export now.
Okay, and you are like the pioneer country in Asia.
Yes.
How do you feel all the other countries around? Are they curious about your example? What's going on in Thailand? Do they ask you questions? I see that at the event you will have a special panel on Japan for Japanese
Mm-hmm.
investors. How is Thailand being seen right now in Asia? Do they see you as a pioneer? Um, how do you feel about
Mm-hmm.
it?
Well, obviously, we didn't do everything right. Especially, when you legalize it, you need to put a proper law behind it. Um, we've been talking to many countries in Asia, and we made the most progress with Japan. Um, we had a lot of MOU signed, lots of cooperation, and we also just formed Asia International Hemp Federation, meaning it's a body, um, it's a federation of currently 8 countries: Thailand, Japan, Korea, USA, Australia, uh, India, Pakistan, Mongolia. Yeah, so these are the countries.
Are you
So
expecting? Yeah, go ahead.
now I'm trying to answer your question. So
Hmm.
I think the way forward is we all need to work together, promote again the right use, a sustainable use of hemp and medical cannabis.
Yeah.
Mm,
Um, the regulations on cannabis and hemp are, as you said, you didn't do everything right. I don't believe that all the countries they do everything right.
no
But
one.
yeah, but they are a bit like controversial. In your opinion, what would be the best framework to regulate cannabis and hemp in Thailand?
Um, I think we have all the key industries, right? Anything from, Thailand is a medical hub of Asia, uh, wellness hub of the world, kitchen of the world. So, anything from food and beverage, healthcare, health food, medical side, um, that's the direction. Um, but also the industrial side, because Thailand's also the Detroit of Asia. Um, we have all these large conglomerates which should be promoting, sustainability, environmental, social governance, sustainable development goals. So hemp plays a key answer to all those things, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
of it absorbs so much CO2, it reduce the temperature uh, when on the cultivation side. So with all this together, carbon credit, sustainable bioenergy, carbon nanosheet, um, building materials, you name it.
What would you say that the biggest challenges that the companies or the hemp cannabis companies in Thailand have right now? What are the biggest challenges?
Um, Probably, I think consumers, patients, people have a lot of misunderstanding, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about smoking marijuana. It's about, the healthcare use. And so people need to be educated more. The consumers needs to understand it more. And the government should be more outspoken about the direction, the benefits, um, how to use them safely. I mean, anything should be used safely. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so safety should always come first, especially when you treat people with, psychoactive side of cannabis. like
Yeah.
THC, right? So we all need to be responsible. Um, uh, and again, should always be sustainable.
I have never been to Thailand, so next week it will be my first time visiting
Well,
visiting your country. But
I hope
I,
to see you there.
yeah, me too. I'm really looking forward into it. But and I really wanted to go to see myself how is the situation, what I will find on the streets. But many people told me there are a lot of cannabis stores
Oh
on
yeah,
the
there are lots of
streets,
dispensaries. Yes.
dispensaries, and that you can find either CBD or THC or any other kind of cannabis. So is it really true and that it is so free to access cannabis now in Thailand?
It is. And that's why the government is putting a cannabis law in place.
Yeah. And do you know
Yeah.
already how this law will be?
Well, the draft has already been submitted to the cabinet
Mhm.
and is very clear about the direction on medical and healthcare and industrial use.
Yeah. So I understand that the recreational use it's not yet like well seen in Thailand, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you would rather focus on health and industrial and
The
not.
government, the government is very clear now. The direction is to not promote
Mhm.
and support the recreational use of cannabis.
Okay, very clear.
Extremely clear. Yes.
Yeah. So now next
Okay.
week, yes, next week you will have this big event. You are expecting thousands of people. What can people expect from your side? What will they find inside the event?
Um, you meant what they should see, right? I mean, it's close to 200 exhibitors, 44 speakers from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's a four day event.
Mm-hmm.
16 exhibit profiles, um,
Mm-hmm.
from medical, healthcare, wellness, food and beverage, pet care, um, all the way to industrial use of, bioenergy, hemp supply chain, uh, hemp plastic,
Mm-hmm.
hemp composite, furnitures, building materials, you name it.
And
It's all there.
you will also have this Hemp excursion, right? On the 29th, you will do
Mm,
like a
yes.
tour. How is it
Yeah.
going to be?
I think it's a 1 or 2 day program, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Um, there's a team that's in charge of this thing. Uh, we're getting quite good response to that as well. So practically you get to see all sides of, what this industry is all about.
Okay. So I think that's it. I'm looking forward to visiting Bangkok for the first time and your event.
Hmm.
And I will see you there. Thank you so much for your
Hmm.
time and for talking a little bit with us,
Yep.
explaining more about the conference
Hmm.
and Thailand. And I hope to see you next week.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Sorry for having to do this in the car because of our time differences.
Yeah, no worries. And thank you so much for waiting.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bye bye.
See you next week.
You
Bye
have a nice
bye.
day. Have a
You
nice day.
too. Bye
Yes.
bye. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.